Hello and welcome to Knowledge by Nature. In today's video, I want to give you a little update on our 1 month in to first grade. So far, things are going really good, but I did want to update you on a few things that have kind of changed and what we're thinking of some of the curriculum that we've used. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. It's always lovely to have you. So I did do a first grade curriculum video, and I will go ahead and post that up here for you. So if you're interested to see everything that we initially had, it's there. Most of it is going to be seen today too. So let's just take a look. Before we get started, if you are enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up and please consider hitting that subscribe button. One of the things that I changed is the way that I was housing all of my books. I initially had it in a smaller little canvas tote, and it was right here in the middle. And just the way that I was having to put the books back every single time, it just was not working for me. I had this basket, and so I just decided to put it all in here and see how it worked, and it works so much better. In the very back, I want to start with like our main curriculums here. And so we have All About Reading Level 2. We love All About Reading. It is an absolutely beautiful program. We have done quite a few do-a-lessons with us, and I will post those as a card as well as down in the description because we do have a few videos of do-a-lesson with both the reading and the math. But again, this is just a beautiful curriculum. We are enjoying it even more this year, and I think the majority of that has to do with I am more relaxed. I am not so stressed about making sure that we get a lesson done every single time because I realize that is not how this was built. It's not for you to do a lesson every single day. And so coming to terms with that, I think, has honestly just smoothed this out even more than it already was. But we're booking right along on this, and it's working great. Then we have the activity book for All About Reading, and if you haven't seen where I prepped this and put it into a binder, I will put that over here as a card also, because oh my goodness, this is so awesome having it like that. It is so easy to come in and find exactly what I need, and just having it all prepped like this, it's so nice, really nice. And then here we read one of these every single morning, and this is kind of how we start off before we start our school. We read one of these, and what's really neat about this is that it has like science behind it, and so that's a pretty fun little way to start our morning. We are also doing the first language lessons for the well-trained mind. We really like this. I have seen reviews where it's very repetitive as far as we're talking about nouns still, and we are on we will be on lesson 20 tomorrow, and we're still talking about nouns, but I think that's okay because you know what? She's gonna know exactly what a noun is when we are done with this. And so she's able to answer it really quickly, and that's really nice. And so we're breaking down the nouns as far as, you know, we talked about common nouns and proper nouns, and then we're talking about places, and then after that we'll go into further, and there's a little bit of memorization here. She really likes that, and so she's really pretty good at remembering it as well. So we really like this. It's a nice quick way to kind of just open it, go, and you're getting what you need. And to go along with this, I have this visual guide to grammar and punctuation. This is a neat book to have because I can show her a noun. So I can show her, you know, a tree, tiger, stripes, fur. And so it's kind of nice to be able to see an actual image of what we're talking about as well as the way that we are talking about it. So this is a nice little resource to have along with that. I have lollipop logic in here. We do this maybe a few times a month on like game school days. We're doing this. This is one that we had from last year that we're almost done with, but it's something that we haven't really utilized a whole lot this year. We do like logic games, but the first month we've just kind of been settling and we're not adding a whole lot of extra things in there, but we have done this on game school days. This I need to just take out because we have not touched it and we are not going to touch it. And I'm actually just going to set that up here right now. She knows how to print. She prints very well, but she does not like to print. She wants to do cursive. And so that is what we have done. We are doing the roller coaster rider. If you have a child that really dislikes printing, you might want to think about introducing cursive. She loves this, and ask to do it. And that's crazy to ask for her to ask how to write. So it starts out with the moves on what you would need to do to be able to start most of the lettering. And then it does not go in alphabetical order. It goes more in like how they're wrote. So we have A and D, Q, G and Q, and so it kind of follows along those lines. This is a beautiful program. I love it so much. She loves it so much. I mean, look how good. Oh, I mean, she loves it, loves it, loves it, loves it. And so what we're doing on most days is we are tracing this with our finger. We are using the salt box. And then I actually just left today's in. These are 2 cards that come with it. And I am using these Pocket Pros more this year than I have ever used. So definitely look into these if you are homeschooling, because I've always used them, but I'm using them even more now. So they are definitely worth the investment. And so what I do is I put the blank one in here, and then I put the card, and I have her trace the card with a marker. And then we try to write it over here. Once she feels pretty comfortable with that, we come in here and we trace the letters that they have in the workbook. Then if she's feeling good and wants to, she can start writing them herself. And as you can see, she's writing them herself because she's loving it. And I just think it's beautiful. She's doing so, so good. And I could not be happier with this curriculum right here. I absolutely love it. And so after we go through the whole book, if there are times where we didn't finish some of this, we'll come back and we'll write them all. Again, if you're interested in this, this is the Roller Coaster Rider, and this is by Half a Hundred Acre Wood. Beautiful. Love it. Next, we are doing All About Spelling. This is level 1. Another difference that we made this year is we went ahead and purchased the Tiles app for All About Reading and All About Spelling. I am liking it. I don't know that I would like only it. So I think for us, we love having the board and the app. And so I don't foresee us getting rid of one or the other anytime soon, because we are really liking that. But anyways, back to All About Spelling. We're on level 1. So far, I feel like it's pretty easy stepping in. We've done about 7 lessons here, and it's an easy little step into spelling. She likes the way that it's being taught. Of course, it's very helpful that we're doing All About Reading. So a lot of the terminology, a lot of the ideas of how this is working, they coincide. So it's just really a smooth little process, and she's doing a good job spelling with that. And then I just have our little chart in here. This is just a plain notebook that we write in. For science, we are doing the Sassafras Science Adventures Volume 1, Zoology. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is so much fun. She is loving it. Of course, we love chapter books, and so the fact that we're getting to read and learn some science is just super fun. And so we have our logbook here, and this is where she will come in and we will write the things that we've been learning. and then I will write some of it too. I don't make her write all of it. So usually on the information learned, I'm asking her what we learned about. This is just wonderful. Really, really, really like this a lot. I am noticing, as with a lot of things for homeschool, a lot of things are sold out right now. So if you're going to look for this, it's possible that it's sold out. Same thing with All About Reading. But I do know that everybody's starting to restock slowly. So if you haven't been able to get your hands on a science curriculum and you like read alouds, check this out. You may enjoy it. Oh, and then the last thing in the basket that we have here is Dimensions Math. Again, this is something that we did last year. We're carrying forward with it. Five stars, guys. It's a wonderful, wonderful math program, and we just love it so much. It's just a joy to do math, actually. And so she is really picking it up very well. We're going through, we are able to do one lesson a day with this, which is what it actually recommends. Where with All About Reading, it's not necessary, it doesn't recommend that you do one every single day, you know, to go ahead and go slowly. Right here it shows the suggested number of class periods, and so you can see we had 5 lessons here, and so that works out to, you know, 1 lesson a day, where you might need to take an extra one for practice if you need to. So far we're able to knock out 1 lesson every single day, and it's going really well. Love it. One thing we just noticed this week is that we kept writing in the textbook, and I saw that the textbooks are actually supposed to last for many years, so we've been writing in it. But I asked her if she wanted to quit writing in it, because I guess that we're supposed to kind of be doing these verbally or on the marker board or something like that, and she wants to keep writing in it, and so that's what we're going to do. That's what is enjoyable for her. You know, this is something that I'm not going to be able to reuse later, but that's fine. And then she hasn't had any problems with the workbook being black and white either. And something that's really funny this year is she's never enjoyed coloring and things like that, but used to, this would have just gotten an X on it, like a green X, an orange X. She's coloring, so it's really funny how that's changed a little bit this year, and I don't know what exactly made that change. If you watched my first grade curriculum choices video, you will know that I chose Story of the World as our history program, but it is actually down here right now. These are all the things that we're either going to start later or it's the next edition. So here we have the next set of workbooks and everything that we need for math. But with Story of the World being a read aloud also, it seemed a little bit much to have this and the science going at the same time. So we're going to do the sassafras science, and we're going to do that first, and that will probably take about 18 weeks. So however long it takes for this, then we're going to step in, and I think we're going to try maybe Story of the World, and then we're going to do that for maybe 18 weeks, and then hopefully we'll move on to volume 2. And that way we're just kind of splitting it up. I think that's going to work really well. I do know that doing them both at the same time, I don't think we were going to enjoy this as well or this. And so we had started this, we were into this further before we kind of really got going on with that. And this was just so loved by us that that's what we were going to continue on with. And so then I went ahead and set this back. We're still going to do it. I think we're going to like it just because we are a read aloud family, but it was just too much for right now. And the other thing I have down here is writing with ease, and this is something that we're going to do also, but I want to do all of our cursive first because she wants to write everything in cursive, and so I don't think there's any sense in starting this and having her print when she doesn't want to print, and then we will start this and we will do our copy work as cursive. So I know I had someone request for me to do a lesson with us on this, and we will do this, but like I said, we're waiting until we've got all of our cursive done before we start this. That way she can write everything in cursive. Okay, and then over here are just a few more things that we're using, maybe not on a daily basis, but just as needed or wanted. And so these are just all of our cards. I keep my cards here. And then these are just a few things. And so she's been wanting to do some Tinker Active. And so we do these occasionally. If we're not going to do Sassafras one day, we'll do this one. We have not started the math one yet. We are doing this My America and My World. I don't love it, but it's something that I do have to cover. I wish I could find a different workbook. So if you guys have any really good like little history workbooks that's like My America, My World, like the United States and things like that for first grade, please put that down in the comments, because I really want to find a good little workbook for history. And like I said, I don't love it, but we're doing it nonetheless. We haven't started this one or this one yet. We have, what do we got here? I don't know if you guys saw my video, but this came as a bundle. I bought all 4 of them together, mainly because I needed this one. So I did that, and then this is one that we haven't started yet, but this might be one, and I don't know how I'll feel about this because I don't love that. So we'll see if I even like this one either. But with this one, I figure what we'll do is when we've done that switch with history, we will do like the little workbook as like a science, maybe, because the week that you are watching this, I'm actually starting this. I finally got my book. I purchased the PDF way back at like end of May, 1st of June. Then I sent it off to the Homeschool printing company. Oh my Lanta, they are like way backed up, and so I didn't get this until the very end of August. So as you're watching this video, the week that this video goes up, we will have started this. So I'm pretty excited to start that. So there may be a chance that I don't even touch this one. I don't know, because we'll be doing this and we'll be doing Sassafras Science. So I'm really, really excited to get into this because I've heard nothing but good things. Let me put that back in there. And then I have this Community Helpers Workbook. This is something we haven't touched yet either. Health, Safety, and Manners. This is a book that I am going to have to do. This is one of those things where I do have to cover this material, so I don't know if I'm going to like this either, but I have it, so... Then I have a Mind Benders, which we haven't done yet because we've been working on the other Lollipop Logic. This is a cute little science activity book that we're going to be doing some also. She really likes science, so I like to have multiple options for her to choose from. So if she's just not super feeling like doing Sassafras one day, we can do Tinker Active, or we can come and do this. This is not very big. We're gonna, it's not gonna take very long to do it, but it is really cute, really, really pretty. I got this from the book outlet. If you guys haven't been seeing my book outlet hauls, I've been getting some good ones. I'll post that up there and in the description. So go check that out, because the last time I checked, they still had this available. And it is much cheaper than when I could find it on Amazon. I took out the hand printing book that we had down there, threw that up there. We have some Explode the Code that we've never finished, but really she's like beyond this. And so I feel like just making her do this is kind of fluff. So... we haven't done that yet. Here we have the Exploring Nature, and then we have our Brain Quest workbook. I am not sure I'm going to use this type of workbook near as much this year. I just feel like with everything that we've got going on, we've got a really, really good foundation going. And so this is just going to be kind of one of those books, if we go away on a vacation, cross our fingers that like that sort of life happens again. That I'll probably take something like this with us. That way we can do a few things, like if we're gone for quite a long while. But as far as just doing this during the school year, I don't anticipate doing that. So the last thing I kind of want to show you is some of the little resources and games that I have picked up this year. And this right here is the number balance that I just picked up. And this is a really, really nice to have. It's going great with All About Reading. It's going great with Dimensions Math. Just recently, we had a problem where it was like 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2. And this really helped clear that up, because that kind of threw her for a loop seeing that for a minute, because she was like, no, 3 plus 2 is 5. It's not 2. And so she was, and being able to put those up here. Let me show you. So Amazon had a few, and this is the smaller one, and so you can just put it on there. And this is something that's going to last for a while, because after I got to looking at this, I watched some other things and videos on this. You can use this for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's a 2-sided little pegs, and this is the smaller version. And so while it feels a little weak, maybe, if you had some rough children or a lot of children that were going to be using it, you might want to get the larger one, because it might be more stable and a little bit tougher, because it's a little more delicate probably. And so, but it also fits perfectly up there, where I saw with the other one, it was so huge that people were talking about that it's just hard to store it. And I didn't want to have to deal with that. And then I just picked up 2 little games at the same time. We have Cloud Hoppers, which is a subtraction game with aliens, and Ocean Raiders. And so Ocean Raiders, we haven't played this yet. We actually next week start in on our subtraction again, which we've done subtraction before, but I kind of wanted to save it, because this is my favorite one, guys. Sum Swamp, best math game ever, in my opinion. And Learning Resources has totally spoiled me for like quality of stuff. It is so much better. It's like, I feel like I've got like a cheapo brand over here, and maybe I do, I don't know. But anyways, it is a good game. It's like Chutes and Ladders, but with addition, and so it is fun. It's just the pieces feel like super cheap, like really cheap, and so I don't like that. But the game itself is very good. And if you can only buy one math game for this age group, Sum Swamp is definitely the one that I would recommend. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so that you know when I'm posting videos. I'm trying to post videos 2 times a week for you guys. And if you have any ideas for a good history workbook, please put that down in the description. I really need something for that I would love. And if you have any questions about anything that we're doing, please leave that down in the comments. Check out the description for any of the videos that I listed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!